And good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome to episode 27 of Modded Factorio. All right. What are we working on today? That's a good question, actually. Working on a bunch of things, I think. First things first, we're going to be working on, I think, the next level of upgrades, productivity module 3s. Okay? That sounds like fun to me, right? And it's going to be pretty simple for us to do, because all we're doing is we're just getting ourselves, let's see, a passive provider and a requester. There's that. And let's find ourselves that requester chest. And let's also find ourselves, so put this guy right there. We can remove this guy. There we go. Do I need you? Ah, you guys I need. You guys I need. Oh, not him. Yep. And of course that means I need to bridge it. So let's work at doing exactly that. Hey, look at that. We're seriously cutting down on the number of poles we need. There we go. Okay, so you are going to be producing these. And you are going to be producing these. Yeah, okay. And then, let's see here. So we're going to get just some fast inserters. Like that. What do you guys need for production? 5 steel. Okay. So let's get 20 steel. 20 electronic circuits. Okay. 20 advanced circuits. And 4 productivity module 2s. We're still having steel issues, it looks like. Alright. And so we'll say less than 20. And less than 20. There we go. Now all we're waiting on appears to be steel, actually. You guys have any steel issues up here? We have plenty of iron making its way up here is the issue. So what I suppose we can do... Well, you're both Mark IIs, I guess. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Alright, so we can get... Yeah, I'll pull both of these furnaces and just upgrade them, I think. There we go. Of course, it's going to take a little bit of time for those to upgrade, but it's neither here nor there, really. Actually, we're going to flip this up a little bit. Of course, we're going to go like that. There we go. And wait for a second. Let me do this. And then what we're going to do, actually, is that... we need to move this guy, right? Because we need to go... Let's see. How do I want to do this? Alright, so we have... That goes there. And then we'll take out this guy. We'll go there. Right? Right. And then we'll remove that. Put this right like that, right? And then... What are we missing? Steel. Of course we're missing steel. We're always missing steel. Okay. Then we're going to get our fast inserters. like this and like this. Okay. And our smart inserters like that and like that. I'm going to flip this to intermediate steel, let's say 300, right? I think that's good. I wish there was a way to copy these. Like, you know, you have gate controls in Minecraft. 300. Good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run this like that. Put that in there. And how much more do I need? 57. So put you there. Put those in there. And remember, productivity modules are some of the best things ever. You get... No. You're just going to take forever to build. That's fine, though. That's fine. We don't mind if you just take forever to build. Okay. So we have to hook these up similarly. And let's get ourselves another passive provider, which ended up somewhere. Okay, good. And then we're going to get ourselves... We need one more furnace. All right. And what we're short on is actually the 57 steel we need for it. Which may take a little bit of time for us to produce, but you can see our robots are flying around like little madmen. The little madmen that they are. My gosh. Look at this production chain. Ah! We have plenty of steel being produced here, though. I can just yoink some of this stuff. And what I can do is I can get my second one of these operational. Oh, and you're out of juice now, aren't you? There we go. Now, I think this is working pretty well. Of course, we're using up a lot of iron down here. Yeah, because you're using iron gear wheels, you're using God knows what. And you're using iron gear wheels off of here, too. Okay, so we can't really... Yeah, we can't really do that. Okay. I was like, can we just isolate iron onto this line and be done with it? It's like, no, we can't, unfortunately. But I think we're probably going to hit the upper edge of what our facility over here can actually produce. Let's go like that. And let's go, let's see. We need 2 more smart inserters. You guys can see rocket defense is chewing along down there. What are you guys set to? Less than 300? Good, okay, so that's now all running. That is what I like to see. Alright. So as you can see, we have robots flying around like little madmen. But I think that's primarily because our fields have decided to... We've used up so many resources that everything's just kind of like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? But that's fine. That's fine. We're just using a lot of resources right now. That's absolutely fine. And we'll let this guy run out. There we go. Steel production is working beautifully. Wasn't I working on something down here too? Yes, okay. There we go. And you're slowly but surely producing more of this stuff for us. Good. I like to see that. You're still almost full. That's how full you are. Okay, that's good. How goes our production over here? Good. Okay, that looks nice. I like to see all of this. We have plenty of crude oil. Yeah, plenty. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of these productivity modules and I'm going to shove them in there. That seems like a good idea to me. Because we're going to need more power performance eventually. Yeah, okay. We're using about 26 megawatts right now. That's fine. We can manage that. Now, the thing about these productivity modules and putting them in these pump jacks is that they're increasing the productivity. They're also increasing the energy cost, which is something that needs to be kept in mind. Let's just make sure. Okay, good. We're still at full satisfaction there. But with the pump jacks, they're going to continuously produce that small amount of oil, so it's not a big deal for them. All right. Let's shove those in there. You can see the production on this is just terribly slow. But that's actually fine, you know? It doesn't need to be incredibly quickly for us. Though we can speed it up a little bit. There's no reason not to. They increase the energy consumption of those machines, but, you know, that's not a big deal for us. Alright, so we're just going to do this. You can see how long rocket defense is taking, by the way. Like, it's going to be a few episodes before we actually get somewhere with it, but that's fine. Oh. Really? Give me a new steel one, then. Alright, we got plenty of resin. That's good for us, because also right now we're not building anything that actually requires, we're not building anything that's requiring a, whatever it's called. We're not building anything that is requiring the Dytech science packs that require rubber, so it's not a huge concern to me. Like, most, you can see most of this is actually shut down right now. Oh, you're out of juice, aren't you? There we go. That's better. Okay, so we are producing steel in quantity. That's good. We're running a little low on iron up there. Now, is that because... yeah, I was afraid of that. It's just because we're separating it down onto a single line. It's taking a while to move through. That's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So I think we've hit the max limit of what this side up here can actually do. That's too bad. So what I'm going to do... there's really no good place to split this thing, is there? There really isn't. Yeah, I can split it. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Alright, so let's go... no, I have a few of you already. Alright, so let's go... let's see. I need to draw just a line. Straight down there. And then I'll draw this up. Like that. And then I'll do this to here. And then we'll put a splitter in. Right there. And then what we'll do is that. And I want you to actually pull me like that. Except not like that. I want you to pull like that, and then like that. And then we'll run you like that. And then down here, I can do that and that. And that should do just a little bit better, right? I think so. Let's see how it comes out. Of course, these underground builds are slow. Oh, right. We need to do this, too. Hold on. There. Much better. Yay, okay, now we're running it at least what I hope is relatively full efficiency. Good. That's good to see. Okay, you can see rocket defense has ticked down a little bit over there. Not by too much, though. And we're just getting ourselves a bit more of this. Oops. How did I just get 2 steel plates? One of those weird mysteries of this game. 2 steel plates? What? Alright, but looks like we're actually doing pretty good. All this stuff is proceeding swimmingly. We have some more logistics robots to play with. That's good, because we want to make sure we're keeping kind of a steady and constant supply of them running around. You know, we want to make sure that we have enough of them sort of in reserve, that if we put any more stress on the network, that we can do that. And most of them are operating out of that terminal, I think. I think we have a few... I have to highlight this to find him. There, he's over here. I think we have a few of them. Yeah, you only have about 4 of you. 4 logistics robot Mark 1s in there. You can also see that our train line is, well, we're finally getting through some of this backlog in here then, huh? Good. I like to see that. Let's see how we're looking up at that, up north. Thank you for the steel, little guy. Okay. Let's see how we're doing up here. On our iron issues. Come on. Come on. I just want to see how this iron mine up here is doing and how much we've burned through it. Because I just haven't been up here to check it out recently. Boy, this power armor is nice to have. And we're using standard power armor Mark 1 right now. We may go up to the Mark 2. The heck's that? Gold ore. Shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Alright, what are we doing up here? Oh. Well then. That would certainly explain some things. Okay, so now what we can do is we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, the funny thing is, though, that I barely even noticed because we had such a backlog stored up. Oops. Let's try that again, shall we? We'll do the same thing. We don't need these 2 bits up here. Do the same thing down here. And there we go. Okay, good. We are now running, basically. All right, and we'll use one of these. Right like that. And look at how sweet that is. Awesome. 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 All these guys are filling now. Looks like we're doing very well for ourselves. I like to see that. Extended the wall. Oh, right, because there's more iron down here. Right. Right. And do I have the radar sets up here? I can't remember now if I put the radar sets in up here or not. Do I have any radar sets on me? Yeah, I do. Okay. There we go. Another FOB for us. Yep, forward operating base. And these guys are going to fill up quite quickly, which makes me happy. Now, the other thing we could have done, by the by, is I have had some people who use logistics robots for this sort of thing. That's not really my cup of tea, if you will. The main issue with that, in my mind, well, I mean, I don't like using logistics robots for that sort of mess. You know, because that strikes me as being a bit more messy than is really necessary. You know, why not just do it with the arms, the inserters? You know, there's no point in not doing it with the inserters, kind of. So why not just do it with the fast inserters and not have to worry about anything, basically? I mean, that's sort of my logic. I'd rather just not have to worry about it than have to constantly go, oh, do I have enough robots? Are the robots doing their jobs right? You know, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to have to even think about it, basically. Yeah. All right, so copper looks fine. Copper looks more than fine for right now. Oil. We're actually going up on oil now. Okay. Probably because we're not using very much of it. We're not using a lot of plastic or sulfur. And boy, this is a mess in here, isn't it? It's like, wow. All right. All right. So all this is running. Iron is running fine. These very fast inserters are running fine. They're barely keeping up with the sheer amount of iron we're producing. That's fine. How are you out of upgrades? That's not as fine. And I mean, this is running pretty well. Yeah, we're kind of butting up against the top of our available performance now. We'll have to keep an eye on that for the next episode. But I think that's also because we have everything running constantly, too. How are you guys doing? You're shut down because they're... What are you waiting on? Advanced circuits. Oh. That's what you're waiting on. Because we're putting a big stress on our advanced circuits now. At least steel. We look like we're building up a surplus of steel. That's good. Glad to see that. Comma, finally. You know, oh, we're finally building up a surplus of steel. That's nice to see. We have a few robots being held in reserve here. That's good. And how's my actual robot production going? My upgrade. Oh, we're into our last stack now. Nice. Okay, that's good. I like to see that. That's very good for me to see. All right, we got... You're fine. Just kind of checking in on everything here, you know? Processing units you're working on. And not producing very many of them, but that's fine too. Okay, but none of that seems to be bottlenecked on any specific resource. What are you waiting on? Why are you even shut down? Oh, because there's enough green in the network. That's why. Okay. Alright, that looks good to me. Okay, so this has been Mr. Kasarian. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me a like, comment, or even subscribe. If you have any advice or things you want to see me do, please do let me know. Other than that, guys, this has been Mr. Kasarian. I want to thank you all for watching. And, yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, give me a like or a comment. And until the next episode, happy building.